Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher winning post. Now, when we left you, the horses were at the start for the fillies and mares. The firm favourite is Vijay Mallya Strelitzia. Let's see how this one worked out.
We are out of the gates vying for the Tripton fillies and mares stakes grade 3. Quick start, there's O Calcutta. O Calcutta about a length and a half in front of Strelitzia, moving into second position. Dancing Dame is over on the outside. On the fence there is Moonflower. A close last there is Lyrical Symphony as they pass the 1,600 meter marker. Through the backstretch they come. O Calcutta has got a lead of about 2.5 lengths in front of Strelitzia in second position. On the outside there's Dancing Dame. Close on the fence is Moonflower. Between these two is Lyrical Symphony. We're approaching the 1200 meter marker now with O Calcutta the leader. 2 lengths the good of Strelitzia in second position. Another length and a quarter further back there is Dancing Dame towards the outside. On the rails there Lyrical Symphony, and falling back to the last position is Moonflower. We gallop towards the 1000 meter marker now with the O Calcutta still calling the shots. A length and 3/4 in front of Strelitzia, inching closer. On the outside there's Dancing Dame. A length and a half away is Lyrical Symphony. 2.5 lengths further back there is Moonflower. And as they come past the 800 meter marker now, O Calcutta still maintaining about a length and a quarter in front of Strelitzia, getting closer with each stride. A length and a quarter further back there's Dancing Dame. Then comes Lyrical Symphony showing some urgency. 2.5 lengths further back in a bad position is Moonflower as they negotiate the home turn. Into the straight they come for the Tripton fillies and mares stakes grade 3. O Calcutta keeping it going. A length in front of Strelitzia looming large on the outside. A length further back there's Dancing Dame. Then there's Lyrical Symphony looking for the break in the middle. Then there is Moonflower out of the reckoning with about 300 meters more to run. Then Strelitzia has taken charge. She's going well indeed. About 2.5 lengths in front of O Calcutta under the stick. On the outside, Dancing Dame, Lyrical Symphony in the middle with about 150 meters more to run there. And Strelitzia going on to win a very fashionable style here. Strelitzia easily wins the Tripton fillies and mares stakes grade 3 in great style from Dancing Dame, O Calcutta and Lyrical Symphony.
So Strelitzia, the highest rated horse in this race, justified her favoritism, proved the handicappers right, and romped home in emphatic fashion. Trained by Pacey Shroff and giving an armchair victory to S. Zarwan, we caught up with the trainer and jockey to find out how they thought Strelitzia had performed.
Strelitzia is a nice filly. She was well in on the scale and she did it well. But I think she's going to retire at the end of the season. She's got fair share of breeding value. She's well bred, so that's been the plan. So let's see how it goes.
Strelitzia, a very good filly. She has class better than the other horses over here. And I was lucky to get the ride. She stays very well and she won very well. She's much better than the field just now at least. Because it has rained quite a bit and the track is not too good. I said we'll settle in well up and ride her from there and see how the race goes and have it run from there. She settled very well and came out and happened to win the race. I did not stretch her too much because she was winning and I did not see anything close to me. But she could have gone a little more. But there was no need to stretch it.
Well, in top performance there from Strelitzia, she was the highest rated horse in the field and well, she produced the performance required to prove that she was. Next up, however, is a look ahead to next week's races. Tipping Tim and Morning Glories is up next.
In this week's Morning Glory, we take a look at some of the horses which have worked well this week. Astapy could be running the SA Poonawalla Million. Was ridden by Srinath, clocked 1 minute 0.05 seconds for the 1000 meters and speeded up towards the end, clocking 39 seconds for the last 600. Suryaveer with C. Rajendra on top went along with Pronto Star, who had Srinath to partner him. Both went together, but then at the finish Suryaveer was a clear distance ahead, clocking 42 seconds for the last 600. Haunting Fantasy clocked 43 seconds for the last 600, but she was going very easy, moving very well and in rhythmic motions. Secret Service with Sunil on top went along with Irresistible Hunk, but Secret Service left Irresistible Hunk way behind, clocking 40 seconds for the last 600 and was certainly better of the two. Electra and Jen's Glory clocked 1 minute 0.6 seconds for the 1000 meters, 40 seconds for the last 600. Electra certainly looks in good touch and should be followed when she runs out again. set a fire with Rajendra, moved fluently, clocking 39 seconds for the last 600. She was a little bit unlucky last time out, looks well prepared this time. Glowing Star finished 6 lengths ahead of Suki, clocking 40 seconds for the last 600. Looks in good touch, she's been knocking on the door and could be her day very soon.
In this week's Tipping Tim, we catch up with some of the trainers who have horses running in the SA Poonawalla Million next week. The first horse we'll look at is Secret Service from Faisal Abbas's yard, who ran a crackjack race against Picasso.
I have Secret Service running in the SA Pune next week, and I think he runs with a very good chance. He ran second to Picasso, he ran a big race then, but I really hope for the best. I'm not sure about the competition that's going to be there. But as to what I hear, Haunting Fantasy is the one that who will be running there, and Astapi also has been working well. The rest of the runners I'm not too sure about as yet, but I think my horse will run a big race.
Although Pacey Shroff told us he might have 2 runners, the handicaps proved that he accepted only Cardinal. Cardinal was a runaway winner on debut in Pune, and this horse could only have improved on that run.
In the SA Poonawalla, I run possibly Smashing and Cardinal. Both of the chances are good. They should run well. Hard to say now. They missed their final bit of work, so it's hard to say.
Haunting Fantasy from Karthik Ganpati's yard, disqualified in Mumbai in the Shapoorji Pallonji Fillies, but a prime contender in the SA Poonawalla.
Fantasy runs the SA Poonawalla Million. She's feeling well. She's had 2 mock races. I hope she runs a good race.
After a fantastic debut in Mumbai, Astapi seemed to have lost his form when floated over to Bangalore, but comes back and is a prime contender in this SA Poonawalla.
Yeah, I have Astapi running mostly the SA Poonawalla Million. He's a very nice horse. He won his first start as in a 6 furlong maiden million in Bombay. I took him to Bangalore for the Coles trial, where he's run 6th behind Pronto. I brought him back. He's a late fall. He's taken a little bit of time to mature. I still don't think he's at his best. He'll be a better horse in the Bombay season. But I'm taking my chances running him the SA Poonawalla Million. Let's hope for the best.
In this week's Tipping Tim, we take a look at the horses running in the SA Poonawalla Multi-Million, and we believe that Cardinal from Pacey Shroff's yard will pull it off. Wonderful runaway debut where he showed great turn of foot. Cardinal is the horse to back.
Well, and that's all we have on this episode of the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. As always, thank you for being our guest. Till I see you next week, may the horse be with you.
Coming up next week is the SA Poonawalla Million, a race of extreme significance in the Pune racing calendar. Mr. Zavare Poonawalla tells us all about it.
Significance is like this: that Dad used to be an ardent race goer, and he started the farm in 1943 in Pune, which was one of the 3 farms in those days. There was Yaroda, the Manjari, which was then the Aga Khan's farm, and Dad started the Pune stud. And he's been a great patron of more the Pune race course, of course, RWITC and round the country. But Pune was his favorite place with us, surname that we have. And he carried a very fine reputation as a person as well as a race goer and for clean racing. So when he passed away, the club, in his memory, instated this race and gave it a Group 3 status in those days, and now it's got a Group 2 status.
The Fly Kingfisher Winning Post is powered by the Serum Institute of India and Hidco Industries.